The Valak Imperium had conquered 17 star systems in as many cycles. Their massive dreadnoughts moved through space like dark harbingers, reducing entire civilizations to ash with surgical precision. Admiral Keth stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Sovereign's Wrath, watching another world burn beneath plasma bombardment. The pale blue planet of Nexus Prime had fallen in mere hours, its defense fleet scattered like leaves before a hurricane. Another effortless victory, his second-in-command, Commander Vex, remarked as orbital defense platforms exploded in brilliant cascades. These younger species barely qualify as opponents. Keth's scaled features remained impassive. The Valak had evolved on a high-gravity death world where only the strongest survived. Their natural armor plating and enhanced bone density made them formidable warriors, while their advanced technology rendered most galactic civilizations obsolete. Each conquest followed the same pattern: overwhelming force, complete submission, systematic resource extraction. Set course for the Terran system, Keth commanded. Intelligence reports suggest they possess substantial mineral wealth and a moderate population suitable for labor. The fleet of 12 dreadnoughts engaged their quantum drives, reality bending around them as they crossed the void between stars. Long-range sensors had detected the human homeworld weeks ago during routine expansion surveys. Initial scans revealed a single inhabited planet with primitive orbital infrastructure and what appeared to be early interstellar capability. The humans would likely surrender before the first shot was fired. 3 days later, the Valak fleet emerged at the edge of the Sol system. Keth expected to find scattered defensive positions and panicked civilian evacuations. Instead, his tactical display showed something unprecedented: a single human vessel positioned directly in their path. "Analysis," he ordered. "One ship, Admiral," Vex reported, his voice betraying confusion. "Length approximately 2 kilometers. Unknown design configuration. They're broadcasting on standard diplomatic frequencies." The human vessel was unlike anything in Valak databases. Where their own ships were angular and intimidating, this one seemed almost organic in its curves. Its hull bore scorch marks and battle damage, suggesting extensive combat experience. Most peculiar was its positioning. Rather than forming defensive lines around Earth, it had advanced to meet them head-on. "Put them through," Keth decided. The main screen flickered, revealing a human male in a dark uniform. His features were weathered, his eyes holding an intensity that surprised the Valak commander. This was not the terrified plea for mercy Keth had expected. "I am Captain Blake of the UES Defiance," the human said without preamble. "You will not proceed further into this system." Murmurs rippled across the Valak bridge, a single ship challenging. An entire fleet was either supreme courage or complete madness. Keth found himself genuinely curious about which it might be. "Captain Blake," Keth replied. "I am Admiral Keth of the Valak Imperium. You command 1 vessel, I command 12. Logic dictates you withdraw." Blake's expression never changed. "Logic would suggest that. But you don't understand humans very well yet. We have a saying: nobody fights like someone defending their home. Your bravery is noted but irrelevant. Stand down or be destroyed." "Counter-proposal," Blake said calmly. "Turn around and find somewhere else to pick on. This is your only warning." Keth terminated the connection and turned to his weapons officer. "Target their engines. Disable them quickly." "Firing solution locked, Admiral." The Sovereign's Wrath unleashed a concentrated plasma barrage that would have crippled any known vessel. The human ship disappeared in a brilliant explosion that lit up space for thousands of kilometers. When the energy dissipated, debris should have been scattered across the void. Instead, the Defiance emerged from the plasma cloud, its hull glowing with absorbed energy. Strange projections along its sides were retracting, and the ship appeared completely undamaged. "Impossible," Vex whispered. "Our plasma cannons should have vaporized them." The human vessel began moving, not away from the fleet but directly toward them. As it approached, more details became visible. The battle damage wasn't from defeats, it was from victories. This ship had fought countless battles and survived them all. Energy readings are spiking, the sensor officer reported. They're charging some kind of weapon system. All ships. Evasive maneuvers, Keth commanded, but the Defiance was already firing. What emerged from the human ship wasn't plasma or particle beams, but something far more exotic. Space itself seemed to bend and twist around projectiles that moved faster than light, striking 3 Valak dreadnoughts simultaneously. The impacts bypassed shields entirely, tearing through armor plating like paper. 2 ships exploded instantly. The third lost structural integrity and began breaking apart, its crew broadcasting desperate evacuation signals. How is this possible? Keth demanded. One ship cannot. The Defiance fired again. This time the projectiles curved around intervening vessels to strike targets that should have been protected. 2 more dreadnoughts were reduced to expanding debris fields in seconds. Captain Blake's voice filled the bridge once more, though no communication channel was open. Somehow the human was broadcasting directly through their shields. We tried to warn you, Blake said, his tone carrying deep sadness rather than triumph. Humans don't fight fair. We fight to win. Last chance to leave. Admiral Keth stared at his tactical display. In less than 2 minutes, his overwhelming fleet had been reduced to 7 ships by a single human vessel. The Valak had never encountered anything like this. Their victories had come against civilizations that fought by conventional rules, using conventional weapons. These humans were something entirely different. Signal the fleet, Keth said quietly. Full retreat, maximum burn. As the surviving Valak ships fled the system, the Defiance held position, watching them go. Captain Blake stood alone on his bridge, looking out at the stars. He had saved his world, but he knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, and humanity would need to be ready for whatever came next. Behind him, Earth continued its quiet rotation, unaware that the age of human isolation was over.